everybody, this is Bernie from Stamp and Eat, and it's another Friday. Oh my gosh, the weeks are just absolutely flying by. And where are we already? What is this today? The 10th of September. Double digits, which means we're almost halfway through another month. So today I want to do a combination of things. I want to show you a technique, and I'm also going to use the technique using one of our awesome stamp sets or bundles that are available in the mini catalog. And the technique that I want to demonstrate for you today is actually called the baby wipe technique. And the stamp set or bundle that I want to show you today is including the whimsical trees. So I have mentioned before that I was waiting for this to arrive, and I absolutely love this set. So it's got the most beautiful Christmas stamps. It's got stunning, let me just get them out, got some stunning Christmas tree dies where you can cut all different shapes and sizes. But what really sold me on this paper was actually the paper. And so we've got some Prezi paper which I've been cutting out, and you'll see I feature that. It's got sort of a dark sort of mossy green. It's got this iridescent, which I'll show you a card I made with that, but today we're going to feature the polka dots. That's in Mossy Meadow. It's got these gorgeous Christmas trees that you can die cut, and I will show you a card also where I used the paper. I can't wait to use the reverse of this because that is beautiful. This is absolutely stunning. You can fussy cut these out. It's got pink, it's a polished pink, and I think that's the repeat. Oh no, I've missed one. And this is sort of a pinky, I think this is the pale ballerina, blushing bride, not ballerina, blushing bride. And then on the reverse it's got sort of a candy stripe, if that's more your thing. So I will show you a card that I made with just using paper, exclusively using the paper and the dies. But for this morning I want to show you the baby wipe technique. So this card is what I made using the baby wipe technique. Now I did not feature paper from the suite today. This is actually from the peach, Pretty as a Peach paper, and this is Pear Pizzazz. But today we're going to do it in Mossy Meadow and using the whimsical suite. But these stamps, this was used using the baby technique, and as you can see I popped these little trees, which is part of the dies in the bundle, and I embossed it with gold embossing powder, and inside I did a little tree which I embossed, and then I cut out of the gold foil. So if I set that card to the side, what we're going to start today is we're going to start with some Mossy Meadow, cut in my usual 4 1/4 or 4 1/8 by 11 scored at 4 1/2. And I've also cut a piece of the DSP, so this is the one that's got the iridescent, and I'll show you a card at the end of my video where I've made it using that side. But this is 3 inches by 8, and what you're going to do is you're going to glue it across the card like that. So what I do is I just put my glue down there. So let's do that now. Let me just get my what have I done with my silicone mat? Oh well, silicone mat's gone AWOL, that's alright, I'll find it somewhere. So just glue, making sure you sort of go on the diagonal, and then you want to overlap, position it sort of where you want the card, hold it down, and then you just reverse it so that you've got the opposite, and then you just trim off the excess. Now I tried finding a more economical way to work with my paper, and I haven't yet found it. If you know of an economical way, please drop me a comment. That would be awesome. I first cut it at 6 inches, but that didn't work because it was just short, so probably 7 would do it. But you don't really have too much excess, and you could always cut that off. And then on this top bit, you just turn it, flip the card over, and you just trim it. Of course, you could always use your paper trimmer as well. So you've got that over there, and you can now set that to the side while we make our our baby wipes. So I'm just going to go and grab some cardstock. Right, so here we go. I actually had it in front of me. So with the baby wipes, get yourself a container. I just use my trusty plastic containers, and you need 2 baby wipes, and you just fold them in half, or actually fold them in a quarter. That's the right mathematical term. Fold them in half and fold them in a quarter. So what this is doing is this is making you a stamp pad. And get your stamps ready. So I've chosen to go with that stamps and that one from the set. I'm just going to move that out of the way. Now the colors I am going to work with is I'm going to bring in the Mossy Meadow. I'm going to go with Bumblebee, Soft Succulent, and for a bit of pop I'm going to use Melon Mambo. But we're not using the stamp pads. We are using the ink refillers. So it's really a good idea when you are buying your stamping pads to buy the matching ink refillers. Not only because it's good to have them to re-ink them, but then you can do projects like this. So what you simply do is you just drop, and the baby wipes I have seem to go very, very quickly in terms of their, they spread very, very quickly. So I'm going to put a little bit of Bumblebee over here. And there is absolutely, I keep saying this, there's no right or wrong pattern with this. Not at all. I don't know what's in these baby wipes, but they really spread. So this is Soft Succulent. Okay, let's just have a look at, make sure the stamp is going to fit. So if I do it, maybe I'll just do another bit of yellow at the top. I'm a big yellow fan. Interestingly enough, when we got married almost 30 years ago now, I had a yellow kitchen, but I sort of gone off yellow, to be honest. So yeah. Right, now when I first did this and had a play, I didn't think it was going on my stamp pad. So what you're doing is you're just putting it on, but as you can see, you can't see anything. But look here. Voila! So there is something going on. So just so that you know that, so I'll just put it back, because I inked and inked and inked and inked, and I thought, what am I doing wrong? But no, I wasn't doing anything wrong. It's just I don't know what it is. The science in it is very different. So come onto your cardstock with your clear block. Right, we've missed a little bit there, so we just need to come back in. I'm now going to go the opposite way around to what I had it initially. So we're looking for 2 big ones and a little one. Alright, let's do this one. Give it some space for the die. Press hard. That's better. Look at that. And now we're going to take the other little Christmas tree that looks like this, and I'm just going to position it sort of, I want it more over the, put it over here. How's that? Right, let's set that side to the side before I get myself seriously damaged. And I am now going to use my little mini cut and emboss, and we're going to use the matching dies. Not that one. Okay. Set my inks to the side. Plate. So my trusty washi tape, which is starting to look a bit worse for wear. Actually, I might just cut some new one. Cut some new one. It's always handy to have some washi tape. Of course, Stampin' Up doesn't make washi tape anymore, and I still have my washi tape from the Winry days. Right, that'll do. And let's pop that down there. Okie dokie, I have a feeling, yes, I was going to say, I have a feeling I might not get this into my mini without cutting the paper. So I'm just going to cut the paper. Right, let's pop that through. The beauty of this baby wipe technique is that no one card is going to look the same. Well, obviously if you're using the ink pads for multiple, but it's just, they differ every time. They're just so different, so you're going to get a different look, which I think is lovely. I think it's lovely to have something that's bespoke. It's the same with the alcohol ink. When you make your own alcohol ink, you just put the sticky on that. Run it through. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Today, after I've done all my recordings and sat in front of my computer, and hopefully nothing goes wrong, because computers and I and making videos, there's always something that happens. I'm going to have my hair cut. So my hair is in desperate need of a cut after I just missed getting to my hairdresser before we went into lockdown here in New Zealand. And of course in New Zealand, unlike other parts of the world, when we go into lockdown, we go into lockdown. We're not even allowed to go to the hairdresser, whereas some of the other countries, that sort of thing carries on, interestingly. Right, so we've cut out our trees. So now we can put these little bits together. And just for the purpose of saving you time and me time, I've actually done a bit of the work. So we've got our card front over here, and I've also decided, instead of using, so on this one I used the gold, this one I've used the copper foils. So let's position these in place. So we've got our first tree, popped our second tree, and I've got to pop that one in there. Then I've cut out using, can you see it over there, that little guy from the Christmas tree die? They create these gorgeous little stick trees. Pop that one there. I want to get that one on the dark green, so I might just stick that under there. And this one comes in behind like that. And then instead on this one I could emboss the wording, but I've decided instead to stamp it, and I've cut it out with the stitched rectangle die. So we'll pop that there. So let's put it together. Oh, and I've got a little pink gift, a little prezzy that I cut out, and I did the same sort of thing with the other one. I've embossed a piece of copper foil and then put it through the die. So let's put this all together, shall we? So I'm going to move these to the side. We'll start with that one. Put the glue down on that. It's a real busy day today. They say it's going to be 19. Now we'll see. Just put that there. Just always remember your rule of thirds, that you want. Get that loop. And when you're layering, remember to start with the one at the bottom. You want to start with the guy at the bottom, and then you layer up. This doohickey I'm going to put on some dimensionals. And I'll use a little one, a mini, for the top. But anyway, as I was saying, it's typical spring weather here in New Zealand. Then it's sunny, then it's raining. We actually came to New Zealand on our look-see in September. And I'll never forget, it was just, the weather just kept changing all the time. And I thought, really? So I'm just using my little tongs because this is quite fine. Put my tree there. Oopsie, maybe not. Right, let's hold that one down a bit more. Let's give it a bit more height. I do find with the foil you do have to hold them down a little bit longer than the paper. Do the same for this one. Underneath that tree. Create a bit of a variation with height. So that one, I might actually go change that up a bit. I'm going to make that a little bit higher. See, there's a bit of glue sticking out there. You'll just have to wait for that to dry. So don't create them the same height. If that one's shorter, that make that one longer, so that you've got some interest in your card. Your eye has something to look at. It doesn't get bored. I've repositioned my camera today, and I keep thinking I don't know if I put it in the right place. Okay, this one we're going to go and just take that out of the way. Go there, but I'm going to cut it, so I'm not going to be too fussed about that sticking out as yet. Just get that straight. Oops, it's being a bit of a rebel, this one. Okay, I'm going to snip that off. Snip that off. Just while that one's drying, I'm going to position my my sentiment, and I'm going to put it on. Actually, I can feel my fingers are sticky. I'm just going to wipe my fingers, because you know Bernie, I get stuff on my fingers, and then I'm about finishing my card, and I ruin my cards. Very annoying. Okay, sentiment. So putting it on dimensionals. Should do. Can't believe I'm actually making Christmas cards already. It seems crazy, doesn't it? Okay, let's pop that there. And now this one, I'm going to tuck it just a little bit longer, but I'm going to lift the top and tuck it underneath. There we go. Like that. Looking good. Look at that. That's so pretty. Now my Prezi, I've cut a pink one, but now I'm looking at how I'm thinking it's actually a bit big. So I'm just going to trim this down slightly. Oops, it's a bit skew. Trim it down. That bit where the ink didn't ink up, I think I might just cover it like that. But I still want to trim this down a bit more. Like that. And I'll just put glue on that one. Like so. And of course, anytime anything peeps over the edge, you just turn your card over and you just trim. Trim everything that just peeps over. Let's put some bling bling. So on this one, I had little, I don't know, stars, whatever. I'm going to change it up a little bit. And I'm using the Elegant Faceted Gems. So that one I'm going to put white. Just because the white dots of the polka, I think that would be nice to... And I'm not actually going to do it on this one. Sorry, back on the camera, Bernie. So I've put them on top, but I'm not actually going to do it on this one. I'm also... Yep, no, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Let's put some other gems in, and I'm just looking at what colors I should use. I'm not sure if the bling... Let's have a look. I haven't used any of the dime. Whether that'll work with the copper. You could also put silver in there. That would have worked as well, but I'm just doing a combination. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Very good. So obviously inside I will put my white card base and I will add my little tree, but I wanted to also show you what else I made using the paper. So I exclusively used the paper with this one. So this is the reverse of that polka dot. I cut out, using the long tree, I cut out the die. Using the die I cut out the paper for my trees and then the zigzaggy bits. And like I say, I've got the silver there, I've got the trees. Inside I used mint macaron and I fussy cut out of that paper. And don't forget, when you are making cards and you wanting to either sell them or give them away, we do have a stamp set, I think it's called Made For You, where you can put together your own little thing, because you do need to stamp that on the back of your card if you're selling Stampin' Up cards. So that's my little project for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I thought it would be a fun technique to teach you the baby wipe technique to make your own stamps. And as I said, I've included the beautiful whimsical tree and the Christmas tree die and the paper just to create a bit of a Christmas theme. So that's me for this Friday, and until we meet again, remember, stamp, eat, sleep, repeat. Bye!